Welcome back to Binge Point, the channel where we dive deep into the best and sometimes worst of what cinema has to offer. Not every film that hits the big screen is made to entertain in a traditional sense. Some are made to provoke, to challenge, to linger. But every now and then, a movie comes along that's so slow, so self-indulgent, or so uneventful, it feels like the director's main goal was to test your ability to stay awake. Today, we're counting down the top 10 movies so boring you can't finish without falling asleep. Films that critics might love, but audiences quietly admit they snoozed through.
You'll have to forgive us. We're not accustomed to the company of women.
Not at all. I was thoroughly enjoying my book.
Number 10. The English Patient. Let's start with a movie that swept the Oscars and somehow still puts people to sleep faster than white noise. The English Patient is undeniably gorgeous, with sweeping desert landscapes, tragic romance, and performances that could melt butter. But the pacing is glacial. The movie stretches nearly 3 hours, and it feels every minute of it. For some, it's a deeply moving tale of love and loss. For others, it's a beautifully filmed nap time. If you've ever tried to watch it late at night, odds are you didn't make it past the halfway point.
Well, let's toast them. Absent wives.
Absent
wives.
wives and present ones.
And future ones.
Number 9. The Tree of Life.
When did you first touch my heart?
Terrence Malick is known for his poetic, philosophical filmmaking, and The Tree of Life might be his ultimate expression of that. The problem? It's also the cinematic equivalent of staring at clouds and trying to find meaning in their shape. It's visually mesmerizing, yes, but also incredibly slow, with long stretches of whispery narration, childhood memories, and even a cosmic sequence that lasts nearly 20 minutes. It's less of a movie and more of a meditation session that accidentally goes too long. Number 8. The Postman.
Greetings! Pineview, Oregon. You just head back the way you came.
Kevin Costner has a thing for long, overly ambitious projects, and The Postman is Exhibit A. Set in a post-apocalyptic America where mail delivery becomes a symbol of hope, this 3-hour epic sounds compelling, but in execution, it's painfully dull. Costner takes himself way too seriously, and the pacing drags worse than a broken cart on a dirt road. By the second act, you're not rooting for the characters. You're just hoping someone delivers the ending already.
Please, someone has to. I'll read it out.
Number 7. A Ghost Story. An indie darling and a critic's favorite, A Ghost Story stars Casey Affleck as a man who dies and literally spends the rest of the film wandering his house under a white bedsheet. It's emotional, yes, but also an exercise in stillness and patience. There's an infamous scene where Rooney Mara eats an entire pie for several uninterrupted minutes. No music, no dialogue, just pie. It's haunting in its own way, but if you're watching after a long day, don't be surprised if you wake up to the credits rolling and crumbs on your chest. Number 6. Solaris, 1972. Before George Clooney's 2002 remake, there was Andrei Tarkovsky's original Solaris, a nearly 3-hour Russian science fiction film about grief, memory, and loneliness in space. It's undeniably profound, but the pacing is so slow it makes 2001, A Space Odyssey look like an action movie. Tarkovsky is a master of atmosphere, but you need serious focus to make it through this one. If you blink too long, you might wake up halfway through, wondering if you're still watching or dreaming. Number 5. The American.
Buongiorno. You're up early.
On paper, The American sounds thrilling. George Clooney plays a hitman hiding out in a picturesque Italian town, hunted by those who want him dead. But instead of high-stakes action, we get long, quiet scenes of him making coffee, fixing guns, and brooding in silence. It's a film that looks beautiful and wants to be thoughtful, but the result is something so subdued it borders on hypnotic. You keep expecting something to happen, and then it just doesn't.
Something happened here last night.
Number 4. The Blair Witch Project.
This is Burkittsville, formerly Blair. It is a small, quiet Maryland town.
When it came out, the Blair Witch Project was revolutionary. Found footage horror had never been done like this before. But let's be real. For a lot of people, it's 80 minutes of shaky cam, screaming, and wandering aimlessly through the woods. The tension is there in theory, but the lack of payoff makes it feel endless. If you didn't fall asleep, you probably got motion sick instead. It's iconic for horror fans, but a tough watch for anyone expecting traditional scares.
And my mom.
Tell me where you are, John!
Number 3. Tenet.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Christopher Nolan's mind-bending action thriller looked like it had everything. Time inversion, espionage, and sleek cinematography. But the experience? It's exhausting. Between the relentless exposition, muffled dialogue, and head-spinning logic, Tenet demands your full attention just to make sense of it. The problem is, many viewers stop trying halfway through and let their brains shut down completely. It's like watching a Rubik's Cube solve itself while someone whispers quantum physics in your ear. Visually stunning, yes, but narratively, a chore.
45 seconds. Blue 45, check.
Number 2. The Counselor.
Fire away. All right. What do you do with the money? What do I do, or what does one do? What do you do?
Ridley Scott directing a Cormac McCarthy screenplay should have been a slam dunk. Instead, The Counselor is a slow, meandering mess of philosophical monologues, confusing motivations, and almost no plot momentum. Despite a cast that includes Michael Fassbender, Javier Bardem, and Penelope Cruz, the movie feels hollow and repetitive. The dialogue sounds profound, but most of it goes nowhere. It's the kind of film you start out intrigued by, and end up pausing halfway through to get a snack and never come back.
Well, cheers. A plague of pustulant boils upon all their scurvy asses. Is that your normal toast? Increasingly.
Number 1. 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Hello, Hal, do you read me? Hello, Hal, do you read me?
It's a masterpiece, a landmark in science fiction, and also, without question, one of the most sleep-inducing films ever made. Stanley Kubrick's 2001 is legendary for its ambition, visuals, and sheer scope. But for casual viewers, the long stretches of silence, minimalist dialogue, and slow movement through space can be brutal. It's an experience more than a narrative, and while it's groundbreaking, it's also hypnotic in the most literal sense. Many people have started this film wide awake and woken up somewhere between the monolith and the baby in space.
What's the problem?
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
Sometimes, boredom in film is intentional, a way to make you slow down and reflect. But let's be honest, there's a fine line between meditative and sleep-inducing. Whether it's a long-winded art film or a blockbuster that takes itself too seriously, these movies prove that not everything that glitters is gold. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts.